Morning, seniors. Mr. August here to talk to you about prom and graduation. So the headline is that the prom is on, so is graduation. Both of them looking a little bit different, more so prom than graduation. Having a prom is better than not having a prom. You want to have a prom. We want you to have a prom, so we have a lot in common. But there are some things that we're going to need to do in order to make this happen, and we're going to have to work together. So I'm going to go through what the prom is going to look like. If you can't deal with what I'm saying, that's fine. Please just don't come because we don't want to spend the evening arguing with you, and you don't want to spend the evening arguing with us. So it's probably better for everyone. But we're going to think positive here. None of these things I think are too difficult or too outrageous, but they will keep us all safe. So first of all, the prom is limited to seniors only. Seniors and one guest per senior. Outside students are permitted to come, but they will need to follow our previous guidelines for guests that we've used at other dances. There's going to be thermal temperature scans when you get there. Shouldn't be a big deal. You've been through that. It's not that invasive. This is a big one. It's important and it's non-negotiable. Mask must be worn and must be worn properly throughout the evening. So if this is a deal breaker for you, please don't come. Okay, we don't want to spend the evening arguing with you. The prom is going to be outside, which is the biggest difference that it's never happened before. It's kind of exciting, kind of interesting. It's going to be off the commons area. We're going to have big tents set up in the parking lot as well for you to sit and maybe dance under if needed. So that'll be cool. You will have access to the building for the restrooms. I wanted to get just 2 porta potties. I thought they would look nice out there, but Mrs. Bear said no. So be sure to thank her if you see her. Here's a big one. So the prom is a dance. Dancing's a little bit of a challenge during a pandemic, but we're going to permit it, but not normally as you would at a regular dance. So what I'm talking about is while you won't be required to dance on a dot, there can't be what chaperones call the amoeba, which is everyone tightly packed in the middle of the dance floor, like shoulder to shoulder and like 6 people deep. Like that's just not going to work during the pandemics. So again, if that's the only way you want to dance, please don't come. We want you to come though. So you're allowed to dance with your date. There should be little helicopter action 3 feet away from you and other couples. We will be stopping the music every 14 minutes. 14 and a half minutes to get everybody separated for just a few minutes to reset the 15-minute clock that has to do with being considered exposed. During this time, we're thinking of fun things to do. It's just going to be a couple minutes to fill this short time in between. But if you have any ideas, please see Mrs. Bear or somebody on the planning committee. The prom is an important high school experience and memory for you. As you move towards the tail end of your time here at Big Spring High School, we are counting on you to work with us on this night so that we can all have a great and safe night. While I have you here, it's a good time to talk about graduation. We will be having graduation in the stadium, which is everybody's favorite way to do it anyway, and it will be pretty close to a normal ceremony. The big exception is that you will be seated further apart on the field, and each graduate will get 8 tickets for entry into the stadium. Usually we just let everybody come in. So due to capacity limits, we have to limit that to 8, which is a pretty good number. If the capacity restrictions are further loosened by the governor, we may be able to give more, but for right now, the magic number is 8. Your gowns have already been ordered, and you will get to keep them, so you don't need to worry about that. We'll be sending out a refresher on important dates and time in the near future, probably sometime this week. We're only going to have one graduation practice. That's on Wednesday, the 9th. So that's the day of the parade. That's the day of the walk through the elementaries. A lot of cool stuff happening on Wednesday. We need to get our practice done in one take. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, but it just needs to get done right the first time. In closing, I just want to say, stay focused. Don't do anything that would jeopardize, the prom or graduation or any of these important end of the year events that are so awesome for seniors. And I'm talking mostly about, discipline and or, being around people who might expose you so that you have to go in quarantine. So you don't want to miss these things because you're in quarantine. So, stay safe, keep your mask up, keep distance away from people. Mrs. Minnick's going to be sending out an obligation email. Those of you that still owe things from like years ago, like books or parking fines or whatever. So please make sure you take care of those things, so it's not a hindrance to your celebration day. So in closing, finish strong and stay safe. Seniors, have a great day.